So the numbers are in from the viewers of the CNN First Democratic debate. Took place on Tuesday. And apparently 15.3 million people tuned into this debate, according to HuffPost Media. And, you know, I'm really sort of surprised that it was even that, because the entire thing was just really grueling to listen to. I mean, it was hard to stay awake throughout the entire thing. I can't believe I did. But, you know, the numbers really don't even compare to the numbers that were collected by the Republicans, which, of course, Republicans have Donald Trump, so a lot of people were a lot more interested in the Republican debate than the Democratic debate. But this is an article from Breitbart, while Huffington Post pointed out that this was actually a record for a Democratic primary debate. Breitbart pointed out that the ratings from the CNN debate were down 42% over the GOP debate. So I thought that was rather interesting. And go ahead and read the Breitbart article here for you. This was by John Nolt. During what will almost certainly be a change in the election year, the ratings from CNN's Tuesday night debate show that the 2016 energy passion and interest resides primarily on the Republican side. A total of just 15.3 million viewers tuned in to last night's debate. This was written on the 14th, yesterday. 24 million people tuned into the first Republican debate that aired on Fox News. So that is a 42% drop. So really, it's just absolutely awful for the Democrats here. So the last record for the Democrats was 10 million in 2008. So they actually received more viewers this election cycle than they did in 2008 at the first debate there. So that's rather interesting. More people are starting to take an interest in politics. But you know why so many people are tuning into the Republican debates? It's because they want to watch a candidate that wants to make America great again. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Donald Trump knows how to reach Americans. Americans love him, and they, I think personally, are going to support him for president. I think that the majority of Americans would like a Trump presidency. But, you know, that's just me. Because, I mean, and all these Republicans, I'll say this too, that are attacking Donald Trump, and I said this a few weeks ago, they should actually be thanking Donald Trump, because Donald Trump has created really a massive wave of people coming in, watching these Republican presidential debates. And if Donald Trump wasn't there, it's not that I don't know. I know that not as many people would be tuning in because, I mean, let's face it, you know, like they said, 24 million people are not going to tune in to watch Jeb Bush and just saying low energy. Yeah. So, I mean, but, you know, I think it's really great that the GOP is able to attract such a big audience because, I mean, folks, you have to look at it this way too. Even if you don't like Donald Trump, look at what Donald Trump is doing. He's getting Americans to tune in to the Republican primary debates. And in return, this is causing Americans to not only be exposed to his message of making America great again, but it's also encouraging Americans to, or allowing Americans to hear the messages of other Republicans. So overall, they're being exposed to conservatism, and this is all thanks to Donald Trump. But that's just the way that it is. Now, with the Democratic debate, I wasn't expecting it to get as many ratings as the Republican debate, of course. I mean, even if Donald Trump was not in the Republican primary, I still don't think that the Democrats would be able to top the Republicans this election cycle because the Democrats have failed. And if you notice, if you watched this debate on Tuesday night, they did not talk about creating jobs. They did not talk about bringing jobs back to the United States. They did not talk about helping veterans. They did not talk about fixing the immigration problem. They didn't talk about any of that. All that they basically talked about was raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which is going to put an extremely heavy burden on small businesses. They talked about how socialism is great, and Hillary Clinton sort of had a little bit of a problem with that, but Bernie Sanders talking about how great and wonderful socialism is. And then the rest of the candidates started trying to really they tried to make Bernie feel better, saying, "Oh yeah, I agree with Bernie on that. I can't disagree with him on that." So it's like, oh yeah, I agree with this part of socialism, yeah, but yeah, I'm not a socialist. Sure.